What's up, everybody? What's up? Good afternoon. Hey, in this video, guys, I'm going to be sharing with you why, three reasons why people over 40 struggle financially. That's what I'm going to be talking about today, guys. I'm going to share with you three reasons why people over 40 struggle financially. So, hey, if this is your first time joining me, my name is Alex. I share with families tools, tips, strategies, and information to help them get over their fear, anxiety, and doubts about money so they can live their best life and leave a legacy for their family. So, hey guys, if this is something that interests you, please consider liking and subscribing because that's the type of information that I share with you. And hit the bell notification so you can be notified of when I go live, so you can get this great content and information that I share with you. So, hey, why am I talking about, first of all, people over 40? People over 40, between the ages of 40 and 56, okay? 40 and 56 is considered Generation X. How many people are part of Generation X? Generation X. So the next generation, the next older generation is baby boomers. And hey, Bamboo Salon, how you doing? And the generation just below Gen X is millennials. Okay. And so, one of the reasons why I'm speaking to you guys, if you are in the Generation X category between the ages of 40 and 56, there are a couple of really good reasons why I'm talking with you in particular. Number one, no one is really talking to us. Okay. I'm in that same generation. I'm in that same Gen X generation. And if you look at most of the information that you see online, if you look at magazines, if you're looking at books, most of the information that you're going to see is usually geared towards millennials. Okay. And if it's not talking about millennials, they're talking about baby boomers. All right. But people very rarely talk to those people who are in the Generation X, 40 to 56. So most of the information, most of the tools, tips, and strategies that is shared is really geared for people in the millennial age, right? So why is that an issue? Well, number two, that becomes an issue because people who are in Generation X have a shorter time frame, have a shorter window of when most people would like to retire. I don't know if you know this or not. Most people, the average age of retirement is 64. Okay. So people who are in Generation X, 40 to 56, they have a shorter time frame to when they are most likely to retire or no longer be a part of the workforce. All right. The other reason is also because if you have a shorter time frame or a shorter window before you retire, the strategies and the information that you need in order to be successful is different than someone who is a millennial. I see it all the time. People say, "Oh, start investing when you're 25 and you're going to be a millionaire." Hey, listen, I'm already 40. I'm already 45, whatever age I am. So that window has passed. Okay? Yes, it would have been great if I had started at 25, but because now I'm in the Generation X, I'm between 40 and 56. I need some information that's going to help me be successful right where I am, you know? So that's the reason why I'm speaking to Generation X. Those are people just like me. I'm in Generation X, and so the information that I share with you financially is really geared to you to help you maximize the remaining years that you have in the working world, right? In order that you might be able to retire. All right. So now that you know that, if you are in that age bracket, you know what a Gen Xer is, you know what a millennial is, you know what a baby boomer is. All right. So now let me just share with you what are the three reasons why so many people who are 40 and over struggle financially. Okay, the main reasons why. And I want you to make sure that you guys, you really need to stay tuned and pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay, because it's all going to make sense once I connect the dots for you. All right. So first, the first reason why people over 40 struggle is because we have been told that the key to success, the key to financial freedom is education and a good paying job. Education and a good paying job. And the truth of the matter is, I don't know about you, that the whole strategy, the whole goal of going to college, going to get a degree, those things have done nothing. In a lot of cases, have done nothing but put people in debt. The cost of education has skyrocketed over the years, and for that reason, people had to go into further debt in order for them to get an education, right? In hopes that they might be able to get a good or better paying job. So that is one of the things, one of the areas where we have been let down, because we have been told so many times that if you get a good education, if you go to college, if you go to university, then pretty much you're going to be able to write your own ticket. You're going to be able to get a great job. They're going to pay you this wonderful salary. And guess what? The sky is the limit, and everything is going to work out well for you. Well, that hasn't worked out as well for so many of us. So not only did we find ourselves in further debt before we even got the job, okay? We found ourselves in further debt from student loans, all right? And then secondly, once we entered the workforce, once we started working in our chosen careers, there was no longer what was considered financial security or job security there, because companies will lay you off, companies will let you go. All of a sudden now, you were no longer going to be able to be on a job for 10, 15, 20, or 30 years. Nowadays, that's unheard of if somebody has held on to a job for that long. There's usually going to be some time when a person gets laid off or let go, or they wind up switching jobs. Some people even wind up changing careers altogether. So what I'm saying is, the pathway of getting an education just to get a job isn't one that necessarily leads to success, because number one, it puts us further in debt, and then number two, we may not necessarily be making the kind of money that we need to make that keeps up with cost of living, that keeps up with cost of health care, that puts us in a position where we're able to pay back our student loans, right? And is able to afford us a certain lifestyle. So the whole idea that education equals great job and great job equals financial freedom hasn't worked out so well for so many of us. All right, so that's reason number one. The second reason is we were never taught how to handle money, right? We were never taught how to handle money. I don't know about you. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. My parents weren't wealthy or rich by any means, right? So typically, when you are learning your life lessons, you're learning those life lessons from those people who are closest to you. You usually learn them from family members, from older siblings, from cousins, from people that you grow up with in the neighborhood, right? And oftentimes, people who live in the same neighborhood as you generally are going to have some of the same mindsets and the same ideas as it relates to money, right? Because people who typically make around the same amount of money typically are going to live in the same general area. That only makes sense, right? So if we didn't learn it from our family and our family members, right? We didn't learn it necessarily in the community that we grew up, because we may not have grown up in a wealthy community. Um, so where are we going to get it from? The next place is what? School, right? And let me tell you, in most high school curriculums, the idea talking about money, you might have home ec, but home ec doesn't touch on, honestly, how to handle money. How do you earn money? How do you save money? How do you invest money? How do you protect your assets? How do you make your money grow? What's a credit score? None of those things are talked about in high school. And surprisingly, I went to school, I went to a business school, right? And surprisingly, it's not taught in business school either. See, in business school, their whole approach is to teach you the skill sets and the things that you need to be a better, more productive worker. They're not there to teach you how to be a better entrepreneur necessarily. They aren't there teaching you how to build wealth necessarily. They're just trying to teach you the skill set that you need in order to do what? To get that job that we talked about, that's not going to necessarily pay you everything that you're worth, right? So that's what high schools and universities are all about. Trying to prepare you to be a better worker, but they never teach you how to handle money. So as a result, if we didn't learn it from our parents, if we didn't learn it from our family members, and we didn't learn it from high school or college, so what are we left to do? We're left to go through life, right? Learning it as we go. Trial and error, hard knocks, making mistakes. And let me tell you, the system is set up such that, especially you guys know, if you went to college, then freshman year, you got somebody from the bank who's coming on campus trying to offer you a credit card, knowing that you don't have any income, knowing that you're not making any money. Guess what? It just starts the cycle. Let's go ahead and get that person in debt, right? They're already in debt for their student loan. Now you got all these credit card companies and banks who are coming along saying, hey, take my credit card, take my credit card, take my credit card. And so now you're on campus without a job. You're just trying to make it through school. And now you have a credit card bill. Now your credit is shot because now I don't know about, I'm just talking about me. I'm just telling you what my experience was, right? So I know how difficult it is to try to start out learning those financial strategies and tips and the information that you really truly need in order to be successful. Guys, if you're watching me right now, put a heart, a like, a comment. Let me know, am I making sense? Is this an experience that you had? Maybe do you know someone who had a similar experience? Did you wind up having student loans? I can tell you very honestly that I still have student loans that I have not paid off just yet, right? And so so now we've even gotten to a place where student loans are now holding people back from them being able to purchase homes, right? And a home purchase is your one asset, is your biggest asset, and that's the one thing that leads you to building wealth a lot faster. So now if you have student loans that are keeping you from being able to thank you, Marina, I greatly appreciate you, thank you so much. So if you have student loans that are keeping you from from buying that first home, right? Then that's just going to delay the process. That's going to delay your pathway to prosperity. Okay? So that's the second reason. The second reason is they didn't teach us. The third reason why people over 40 struggle financially is because we don't have a financial plan. No one taught us, number one, the importance of having a financial plan. And then not only did they not do that, they didn't teach us how to develop one. Nobody sat down to tell us that, hey, let me tell you, you want to make sure that you are keeping a list of your assets, that you're keeping a list of your liabilities, that you're able to make sure that you put those things in order so you're able to know which order you should be paying your bills first. Nobody's told us how to put together a budget or a spending plan. No one has. One of the biggest challenges I see continually when I'm working with customers and clients is, hey, how do I save money on a limited budget? Or how do I better manage the money that I have so that I'm able to save more and I'm able to take care of my responsibilities and I'm still able to have a life? And guys, let me tell you, these are challenges. And they're made more difficult because they didn't teach us. No one ever taught us what are the basic fundamentals that a good, solid financial plan, what is needed to make sure that you have one. And this is the reason, this is what I'm getting to. This is the month of November. This is November. And so typically November is your time to celebrate, give thanks for all the good things, all the bountiful blessings that you've been able to receive, and the bountiful harvest that you've been able to have throughout the year. That's where November is Thanksgiving, and that's the reason why it's so important. And one of the things that Thanksgiving is also, or November is also very important for, is you want to start planning what happens for the next year that's coming up. So November is the time that we should be sitting down, learning how to put together a solid financial plan. What are the elements associated with the financial plan? What do you need in it? What it looks like? We need to start taking our time. November is the perfect time in the month before the holidays start coming along, before the holidays get here. We want to start taking the time now to start planning accordingly so you'll know exactly how you're going to finish this year financially, and you have already positioned yourself to know exactly what your financial plan is for 2022. All right. So let me just share with you guys, if you've never put together a solid financial plan before, a solid financial annual plan before, it's okay. Like I said before, they didn't teach us how to do that. You're not alone. But I want you to know it. And this is extremely important. And truthfully, this is the only way that you're going to be able to create the kind of financial freedom that you truly want for yourself. If you need to be able to get out of debt, if you want to be able to increase your credit scores, if you want to get to a place where you're starting to save more money, you're starting to invest and grow your money, that has to be a part of your financial plan. How do you eliminate paying taxes, right? Legally. Those things are all a part of your financial plan. So if you're watching this live stream, I want you to put in the comment box below, or you can DM me, you can wink. Let me tell you something. reach out to me and let me know if you would like to be a part of, if you want to know how to put together a solid financial blueprint for next year. Okay. And now is the time to do it, guys. Now is the time. I do it every single year in November. So if you don't know how to do it, it's okay. But don't continue going through life without knowing how to do this, because it's extremely important. And it's the only way that you're going to be able to get the kind of success, the kind of freedom that you truly want and deserve in your finances. So if that's something that interests you, if you don't have a written blueprint, a written plan right now, I encourage you to DM me, to inbox me, to put something in the comments. Let me know, okay? Because this month I'm going to be sharing with you all the tips, information, and strategies that you need so you can put together a complete and solid blueprint. All right. Also, if you go to Alex B as in boy, Alex B as in boy, AlexJones.com. I'm gonna see if I can put it in here. If you go to alexbjones.com/fitness, okay, I have a, let me put this over here. I have a financial self-assessment that you can actually take. It's absolutely free, okay, and it's going to help pinpoint and help you highlight exactly where you are in your finances. Okay, it's going to let you know, and it's something that's really easy. It's really simple. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes, and you can do this very quickly. But if you go to alexbjones.com/fitness, you will be able to take the free financial fitness self-assessment, and it's going to highlight for you. It's going to show you what areas of your finances. It's going to give you a good idea of where you are in your finances, and what areas you might need a little bit of strengthening in, some areas that you might need to work on, some areas for improvement. Okay. So again, alexbjones.com/. Let me see if I can put this on Instagram. alexbjones.com. And while you're on this live stream right now, guys, if you have any questions for me right now, I'll be more than happy to answer some of those questions if you have some right now. Like I said before, I really want us to get past this this feeling that some of us have, this feeling of pride or embarrassment or fear. I want us to get past that, guys, because those emotions are keeping us from being able to get to have the kind of financial freedom that we truly want and deserve. And so, that means sometimes that we have to be, we have to open ourselves up to receiving new information. You've heard it said before, the more you learn, the more you earn. So, if we are at a place where we are stuck, if we're at a place where we may be not getting the results that we want, the worst thing that we can do is continue to make the same decisions over and over and over again, expecting a different result. What is that called? That's called insanity, right? So I want us to, again, take advantage of the opportunities that you see before you. All the information that I put out there for you guys, to be very honest with you, I'm not going to be here for long, continuing to share this type of information. Okay? We have to start being not just hearers of information, but we have to start taking advantage of that information, taking advantage of that knowledge, asking questions, being able to grab more, because truthfully, the more you yearn, the more desire you have for growth, the more you learn. And then the more you learn, the more you will earn. But if you don't have the desire to grow, if you don't have the desire to learn, then you're more likely to be stuck in the same place. Okay? So, hey guys, take advantage of the fitness assessment, alexbjones.com/fitness. If you have any questions, please, by all means, inbox me or DM me or put a comment below. I'm here to help you get to the life that you truly want and for you to be able to leave a legacy for those who are coming after you. All right? Take care. God bless you. Take advantage of those resources, and I'll see you next time. Take care.